Saints Panthers Monday Night Football wrapped up about 5 minutes ago. The Saints somehow get out of Carolina with a win. They are 2-0. We are undefeated, some would say. Some would say the best record in the NFL. We're going to briefly talk about the game here. We're going to go over the box score and whatnot. We will obviously cover this game in depth in the coming days, but since it was the first game of the doubleheader, I wanted to go ahead and give you an immediate reaction to Monday Night Football, Panthers Saints. So let's talk about this game. I mean, there's good and bad, okay? Let's start with the good. The good is we're 2-0. The good is we won a divisional game on the road with a bad performance. That's the good. The good, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the good. This was a benefit of what we were talking about all year long with the schedule. When you play as many rookie quarterbacks as we play, when you play as many bad teams as we play, you can get away with your C game and coming out with a win. You can get away with having a B-ish game and get a win. You can come out of it with, oh, we had a huge injury, we're kind of hurting, but it really doesn't matter because the opponent is inept offensively or defensively or is just flat out bad. Carolina was a little bit of both. If we were playing maybe any other team in the NFL, we probably lose this game. They were 0 out of 0 bad pedestrian, just nothing, absolutely nothing doing on offense. Bryce Young was bad. The media will spin it however they're going to spin it. The last thing I heard Darren Orlovsky saying was that this was a great learning moment for Bryce Young. This was bad. He was awful. I've said I don't think the Panthers are very good. I don't think Bryce Young will be very good. And I was vindicated tonight. It is just his second game, but I would not be very confident if I was a Panthers fan for sure. Another vindication, Blake Grupe. Again, Blake Grupe is somehow our offensive juggernaut. Okay. Well, let's talk about the bad. And even though it's a win, I think a lot of Saints fans should and are going to come out of this negatively. They're going to come out of this wondering what's going on. And I agree. This is one of those games where I expected to see something happening. I expected to see a little bit more of what we built on in week 1 and to kind of keep progressing and keep getting better. What I wanted to see, as we talked about last week, I wanted to see the scheme, the philosophy, the tempo, all that stuff increase. I wanted to see something offensively, see that spark, and see a positive trend to where I can expect in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks to be firing on all cylinders. That didn't happen tonight. Tonight gave me a lot of question marks. Tonight gave me a lot of concern because, yes, we play an easy schedule. Yes, we play a bunch of rookie quarterbacks. And yes, we should back our way into 10-plus wins. But we already knew that, right? We said that weeks ago. We said we can back ourselves into 10 wins just because of how bad the schedule is. That's what happens when you play rookie quarterbacks. That's what happens when you play bad quarterbacks in a offensive-driven league. The problem is that doesn't matter if you win 11 games, but you're not very good, and you get absolutely dog-walked in the first round of the playoffs. What I want to see is we have that schedule, but we're also a good team. This whole Super Bowl, this whole division championship, this whole NFC championship prediction is built on the offense existing. It's built on Derek Carr being better than Andy Dalton. And I hate to say it, but tonight he wasn't. Tonight, the Saints were pretty much the Saints from last year. And I have a theory. I think in these primetime, all eyes on the Saints games, I think Pete Carmichael and Dennis Allen get super conservative. I don't know if they're worried about looking stupid. I don't know if they're worried about the primetime cameras. I don't know, but it looks like and it feels like they shelled up and it was just going to be a super controlled game. And that just can't be what you do. You think about the really good teams. You think about the Chiefs, Think about the Tom Brady Patriots of old. Think about the Tom Brady Bucks. Think about the Jaguars or the Ravens or the Bengals of last year, or whoever, the Cowboys, the Eagles, the 49ers. You never see them do this. You never see them just say, we're not going to move the ball at all. We're not going to push the ball downfield whatsoever. We are just going to run, and we're just going to completely kill the game. And that's what the Saints did. It kind of reminded me, honestly, of last night. So last night, Sunday Night Football, was the Patriots-Dolphins. And the whole time I'm watching that game, I remember thinking, every time the Patriots had their offensive possession, I remember thinking, man, this offense just looks old. Like, the offense looks old. The offense looks just like 1980s style offense. Like, every yard is just so hard to get. Every single first down is so hard. Like, you need everything to go right. You need the quarterbacks running all over the place. You need flags. You need, tipped passes landing in the perfect spot. Everything is so hard. And then you watch Miami, and everything's so easy. They'll pick up 15, 20 yards like it's nothing. 25, 30 yards here, 40 yards here. Oop, they go on a 6-play, 85-yard drive touchdown. Whatever, who cares? Tonight, the Saints felt like that dated, antiquated offense. That just like old, just nothing to it, no creativity kind of offense. And I at the very end of the game, we saw a little bit more of that playbook get spread out. And that's when I thought, is it a coincidence that the offense is kind of all of a sudden coming alive when we're up 20 to 9 or whatever it was? No, I would say no. That's not a surprise. 20-6. It's like we're up, so all of a sudden we're taking shots downfield. All of a sudden we're moving the ball around. But for the first 3 quarters, it was just run, Taysom run, short pass, run, Taysom, short run, pass, short pass. It wasn't until that Olave pass that we really showed anything on offense. And that's what I'm talking about with the Patriots analogy, is that we needed a Chris Olave double-tipped circus catch to get the offense going. We got to be better. Let's look at the stats. Try not to vomit all over yourselves as we go through this. 4.6 yards of play, absolutely awful. 7 for 16 on third downs. Yards per pass, 5. Look at Carolina, 3.8 yards a pass. The interception was caught by Carr was awful. That was another just like no excuse interception. Threw it into triple coverage. Like, what are you doing there? Some would say Andy Dalton doesn't make that interception. Like, it's just, you don't pay a guy. We got the win, but you don't pay Derek Carr. You do not pay Derek Carr for the performance tonight. This was rough. He was getting skewered on Twitter, and he should have been. I heard a lot of people I respect say, right now is Derek Carr the worst quarterback in the NFC South? And as much as I want to defend the guy, after 2 games, has his 2 games been better than Baker Mayfield's 2 games? I don't know. I don't know if they have. Let's see what else we got here. So rushing, 33 rushing attempts for 4.1 yards per rush. So decent. Taysom was good. Taysom was great. Taysom, this was one of those games, we talked about it last week, where I said, if we keep going at this philosophical pace here, we may see Taysom kind of fall out of favor with the offense, because Shaheed and some other people look like they were kind of becoming more of the focal point. Not today. Today, Pete Carmichael leaned on Taysom a lot. I don't know if y'all had the volume up on ESPN, but how many times did y'all hear the announcer say, Pete Carmichael is going to get this running game going because he is just going to keep running the football? It was just first down, we're just going to run. It was a wild thing to watch. But Taysom was great. Taysom was really good, especially considering Jamal Williams got hurt. Taysom filled a huge role there. Let's see what else we got here. Penalties, nothing. Turnovers, 1-1. Time of possession, nothing wild there. Look, both teams were bad. You look at this box score, the Saints should have won. When you look at this, like, this pretty much tells you exactly what we watched. but it also tells you that neither team was very good. It also tells you that it was kind of a slog. It was kind of a sluggish game, which it was. If we look at the individual stuff, again, Young, this is brutal. But Derek's isn't good either. You know, like, as much as I'm saying Bryce Young was bad, like, Bryce Young's playing a second game in the NFL. Derek Carr just got paid a huge contract to be the face of a franchise. There's a big difference there. Taysom, again, like, if you look at the rushing here, I mean, Tony Jones Jr. just nothing. But then again, it's like he's a third string running back. Like, you can't expect him to do a lot there. Taysom kind of saved the game. If you take Taysom away, his running, I mean, this is just bad all over. Offensive line was bad. Offensive line was really bad in the first half. They got a little bit better there, but also it's easier to do that when you have a lead, and we're just running the ball anyways. But receiving wise, Thomas was good. Thomas was really good in the first half. Thomas made a lot of really tough catches. He was getting hit a lot. He was being very physical. Thomas was also kind of doing exactly what we said early in the offseason. We were saying that he needs to be that move the change, tough catch, possession receiver, and he was that tonight. Shaheed got going. A lot of this was either during the catch or right after the catch. Olave at half, I believe, had 2 catches for 11 yards. So he had 4 receptions for 75 yards in the second half. I don't know. I mean, Demario Davis was good. Groupie, the man, again. Will Lutz, who cares? Get out of my face. Blake Groupie's the best. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of those games where we'll chew on it. We'll think about it. We'll, break it down more as the week goes through. But just knee-jerk reaction is just, we've got to be better. We absolutely have to be better. It just wasn't. And I think what I'm most disappointed in is the scheme. What we showed. We were just, there was no reason for us to be so scared and for us to be so timid on offense. I keep saying this. We do not have Trevor Siemian, Jameis Winston, and Andy Dalton anymore. We went and got our guy. We went and got Derek Carr. We took him to Ralph's at City Park. We paid for his dinner. He came here. We give him the big contract. He's the face of the franchise. We have to trust him to be good if we're going to win. This is a quarterback-driven league. The days of Joe Flacco winning Super Bowls and Brad Johnson winning Super Bowls and Trent Dilfer and Elvis Grbac and whoever else, those days are over. Cannot do it. We got to be better offensively if we really want a shot at this. Can we win the NFC South like this? Probably. Can we win 10 games like this? Probably. But ladies and gentlemen, I've said it before and I'll say it again. That's not what we're here for. If you want to win 10 games and you want to win the NFC South and then you want to get absolutely steamrolled by the Vikings or the Cowboys or whoever in the first round at home, I do not. I want to be a team like the Dolphins, who's on the cutting edge offensively, who's pushing things, who's evolving. I mean, after the Tennessee game and after this game, put down, let me know in the comments below. After these 2 games, how are you feeling about our offense? How are you feeling about what you're seeing? I don't feel great. I don't feel great at all watching this game. There was nothing this game offensively that made me say, okay, we're coming. We're on the way. We're there. We're here. Welcome to the NFC. Welcome to the NFC Championship game, New Orleans Saints. No way. No way. Absolutely not. You can't watch Minnesota, who I don't think is that good. You can't watch Minnesota. You can't watch Dallas. You can't watch the Niners. You can't watch Philadelphia and then watch these 2 offensive performances and say, yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. Yeah, that's about right. It's about the same. It's about the same. Yeah. Another good note, the defense is elite. Now, granted, we played against Bryce Young, who I mean, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I could have done what Bryce Young did tonight. I could have done the exact same thing. Defense is really good. Defense is going to keep us in games. But in a league like this, you can only be so good because the league is just so tilted towards offense. The way that penalties are called, the way that, you know, the game flow, everything. It's just so offensively driven. The greatest defense of all time at some point is going to lose out to the greatest offense of all time. Like, that's just how the NFL is now. If it's the Chiefs from a few years ago or whatever, whoever you think is the best offense ever recently, if they play now, them and the best defense of all time, the offense is going to win because of the NFL, because of how it's set up, because of how pass interference and roughing the passer and all that works. And not to mention the schemes and just how fast the game is. We go to Green Bay next week. I'm going to assume we'll be 1.5 to 2 point dogs at open, something like that. And I think that's probably fair. I think we probably will be the underdogs in that game. And as crazy as this sounds, that'll be a real test, because Jordan Love, whether you think Jordan Love's good or not, Matt LaFleur lets Jordan Love throw it around. And I'm not totally sure if the way our offense is currently constructed, I'm not totally sure we can compete against a team that can light it up and can throw the ball around and can score. It can move the ball quickly. I mean, guys, I know we won, and happy days, 2-0, let's go. Who dat? No doubt. But we could have lost this game. This somehow became a 3-point game. This somehow became an onside kick away from really having to sweat this out when they did virtually nothing. When they had 4.6 yards a pass. When they had what was the YPP? When they had 4.3 yards per play, 3.8 yards per pass. When this happened, when this is the situation, and you're an onside kick away from Bryce Young turning this performance into a win, I mean, look at this. And we were an onside kick away. Onside kick away. So if we play a team that can throw, that can push, they can do all that stuff, it's concerning. It's concerning. I want to show y'all something in the NFL. I want to show you what I'm talking about. So if you look at the NFL, all right, and I want you to think in your head, who can win the Super Bowl? Who are legitimate Super Bowl contenders? And now think about their offenses. And think about teams who you would say, no way they can win the Super Bowl. I would say the no way teams, like the middle of the road teams, the bang average teams, are like the Patriots, the Jets, the Browns, the Steelers, obviously the Colts, Titans, Texans, Raiders, Broncos, Commanders, Giants, Bears. We'll skip the NFC South, Cardinals, Rams. Almost all those teams have the same problem. Their offense is so dated. Think about what the New England Patriots offense looks like. And then let's talk about some contenders. Dolphins, Bills, Ravens, Bengals, Jaguars, Chiefs, Cowboys, Eagles, Lions, Vikings, Niners. Do you see the big difference? The big difference is those teams that we just said that are the contenders can score, can push, can move the ball, are electric. That's the big difference. There isn't a team in here that's a legitimate contender because they're like even Dallas, who's a team that their defense is playing out of control right now. Even Dallas. But their offense is nuts right now. Like, their offense is scoring all kind of points. They're throwing the ball all over the place. Tony Pollard's everywhere. CeeDee Lamb's all over the place. Like, they're moving the ball. They're pushing the ball. There's a big difference. Like, let's look at some of this. I mean, I don't want to make this a, you know, we're breaking down every single game and team here, but you know, it's just, we just got, I mean, CeeDee Lamb at 143 yards, Dak's got 255 yards. These are in blowouts. You know, like these are when they don't even have to be throwing the ball. We just got to be better. We got to be better. I'm hoping this is a wake-up call. I really do. I hope it's a wake-up call. Again, defense was really good. I was not happy with Dennis Allen taking the gas off, or his foot off the pedal. With Dennis just saying, yeah, let's just go into prevent defense. Yeah, whatever. Let them walk down the field and score. When we've been just completely destroying them all game. And then he says, yeah, let's just bag it up. Let them score. Who cares? Let them go out of bounds. Who cares? And all of a sudden he finds himself in a onside kick game. So I'm interested to see what the conversation is this week. I have a feeling it'll basically be what I'm saying right now. But I don't know. I mean, huge W. I'll tell you this. If we would have lost this game, it would be apocalypse, cataclysmic conversation. It would be the sky is falling, fire people. The only reason people I think are going to hold back is because we got the win. Because we ended up with a W. I think right now people are like, okay, we can, you know, let's take it easy. But this was a concerning win for sure. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts. Game is, like I said, game ended. I'm filming this right now. It's 9:56. So let me know in the comments below. We will keep talking about this game this week. Have more conversations. So put down in the comments below what your thoughts are, what you want to talk about, some things you saw, some of the problems, whether it's the offensive line, whether it's Derek Carr, whether it's Pete Carmichael, whether it's play calling, any of that stuff. I know it can't be the defense. The defense is great. Very happy with that. It can't be Blake Grupe. Blake Grupe is the man. Thank you, Blake Grupe. Thank you for trading Will Lutz and giving us the God, the King of the universe, Blake Grupe. Figure it out, Derek Carr. Figure it out, son. Please. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.